When Han Li ascended to the Immortal World, he finally realized that the creature he had subdued on the small island in the chaotic Star Sea was no ordinary spirit insect, but the Golden Devouring Insects, beings with unfathomable potential. He never imagined their origin would be so extraordinary. Even the soul-extracting beasts of the Underworld King seemed insignificant in front of them, and even Dao Ancestors had to treat them with deference. When they evolved into their final form, they became an existence that even great Luo Golden Immortals dared not provoke. The Golden Devouring Insects made their first appearance on a small island in the chaotic Star Sea. At that time, Han Li had just dealt with a group of low-level cultivators and returned to his cave. He found that all the spiritual energy inside had been sucked dry, and the spirit insects he had raised earlier had all turned into empty shells. When he went deeper into the cave, he discovered that the huge metal sphere hanging from a tree was actually the Golden Devouring Insects, which ranked 12th on the list of rare insects. These insects fed on the essence of heaven and earth spiritual energy, were impervious to fire and water, and were the nightmare of countless cultivators. When Kuhan tried to launch an attack on the insect swarm, the Golden Devouring Insects showed their terrifying side. They transformed into a golden storm of death, like thousands of sword-wielding immortals charging to claim lives, sweeping toward Han Li in an overwhelming wave. The sight alone made one's scalp tingle. Han Li used all his tricks, even bringing out his most powerful Nascent Soul stage magical treasures. In the end, he released the Blood Jade Spiders. The Blood Jade Spiders had a natural restraining effect on the Golden Devouring Insects, and only then did Han Li manage to barely subdue the swarm. From that point on, Han Li began his career as the insect demon in the chaotic Star Sea. He used the mysterious Small Green Vase to accelerate the growth of large quantities of Mud Intestine Grass. He used the Mud Intestine Grass to carefully feed the Golden Devouring Insects. Under this almost cheating-like method of cultivation, the number of Golden Devouring Insects experienced explosive growth. From just a few hundred initially, they quickly multiplied into a massive swarm of tens of thousands. The sheer scale of the swarm was enough to strike fear into anyone who saw it. The Golden Devouring Insects demonstrated their power for the first time at the ruin of an ancient cultivator. When everyone broke through the barriers and prepared to search for treasures, they encountered a strange cultivator wielding an ancient flower basket magical treasure. This cultivator was extremely powerful, and even several Nascent Soul stage cultivators working together could barely hold their own against him. Just as everyone was at a loss for what to do, Han Li acted without hesitation. The tens of thousands of Golden Devouring Insects, like a golden flood breaking through a dam, they instantly overwhelmed the strange cultivator. No matter how sharp his magical treasures were or how powerful his supernatural abilities were, the Golden Devouring Insects were invulnerable to swords and spears. They were impervious to fire and water and forced their way through his protective spiritual aura. After severely wounding his physical body, Han Li took the opportunity to kill him. This was the first time Han Li truly felt the destructive power of this golden insect swarm. Later, during the treasure hunt in the Void Sky Palace, they faced the Iron Fire Ant swarm that was immune to ordinary spells. The Iron Fire Ants could even gather into giant ants that spat out black flames. But Han Li's Golden Devouring Insects shone brilliantly once again. The swarm not only held off the Iron Fire Ants' attack, but also grew and became stronger after devouring these fellow insects. Their strength reached a level comparable to that of late Nascent Soul stage cultivators. From then on, the Golden Devouring Insect swarm became a major trump card for Han Li in battles, forging a fearsome reputation in the chaotic Star Sea. The title Green-Clothed Insect Demon spread far and wide, making countless cultivators tremble with fear at the mere mention of it. The insects not only helped Han Li kill transformed great demons but also aided him in escaping from enemy pursuits. During the earth-shattering battle against Wen Tianming, they also bought Han Li a crucial chance to catch his breath. Even later, in Kunwu Mountain in the Mortal World, when facing the fatal strike from the split soul of the primordial demon ancestor Xuanyuan Jie, these loyal Golden Devouring Insects stepped forward to block the deadly danger for Han Li, truly deserving to be called Han Li's strongest warrior in the mortal world. After ascending to the spirit world, Han Li used the insect control technique he obtained from Kunwu Mountain to upgrade the insect swarm. He finally nurtured them into mature Golden Devouring Insects. At this stage, each insect was the size of a palm, with a crimson gold exoskeleton glowing with a metallic sheen under their colorful, transparent wings. Their fangs glinted with a cold light sharp enough to tear through flesh, beauty mixed with a menacing aura. At that time, Han Li was only at the spirit transformation stage, yet he encountered a wood element cultivator at the body fusion stage, a confrontation as hopeless as an egg hitting a rock. His grand formation was casually scattered by the opponent. His life-bound magical treasures were reduced to scrap iron. The realm gap was so vast that Han Li didn't even have a chance to escape. Just as the wood element cultivator's magical weapon was about to tear Han Li's body apart, the mature golden devouring insects suddenly teleported in front of the wood element cultivator. Their fangs directly pierced his defensive divine body. The swarm clung to him like maggots on carrion, gnawing crazily and tearing off large chunks of flesh in the blink of an eye. The wood element cultivator was terrified out of his wits and fled in embarrassment with his broken body. This rescue directly turned the tide of Han Li's life or death crisis. In the later stages of the spirit world, Han Li, introduced by Xuanyuan Jie, met the void spirit elder of the Mayfli tribe. He exchanged 5,000 mature golden devouring insects for the Insect King's secret record. The insect swarm devoured each other for 7 days and 7 nights. Finally, only one 3-inch tall purple gold Insect King remained. This Insect King had complete limbs but no facial features, and golden light swirled around its body. With a casual move, it could unleash golden light blades comparable to immortal treasures, and its strength was on par with that of a Mahayana stage cultivator. Later, during the ancient Outer Realm War, Han Li encountered the extraterrestrial powerhouse known as the Immortal Lord of Unending Life. The Golden Insect King became the decisive factor in the battle. This Immortal Lord could regenerate from a single drop of blood. Han Li pushed his Brahma Saint True Demon art to its limit, blasting the Immortal Lord into pulp several times, but the next moment, the latter would be resurrected with full strength. Just as Han Li was at his wit's end, the Golden Insect King suddenly teleported behind the Immortal Lord. Its golden light blade pierced the Immortal Lord's core. It swallowed the remains in one bite, even completely devouring the origin of his regeneration. Only then did the Immortal Lord of Unending Life perish completely. After ascending to the Immortal World, the Insect King actually transformed into an 8-year-old girl with a tuft of golden hair on her head. Her delicate and lovely appearance made Han Li name her Jintong on the spot, and he doted on her like his own daughter. To help Jintong evolve, Han Li accompanied her in exploring the Golden Source Immortal Domain and fought against the pursuers from the 9 Yuan Pass. In the end, he helped her devour a Taiyi Golden Immortal in the hall, allowing her to leap to the Great Luo realm in one step. This made her the pinnacle of combat power among demon races in the Immortal World. At the moment the Sixpad's reincarnation disc began to rotate, Jintong finally awakened her memories. She was originally Dao Ancestor Quling, the ruler of all insects. Once, she had fought a great battle against Dao Ancestor Xuanyuan Jie of the Earth Dao. After her defeat, she shattered into hundreds of millions of soul fragments. The soul fragments scattered and fell into the lower realms. After regaining her position as Dao Ancestor, the first thing she did was join forces with Han Li. They planned to take revenge on Xuanyuan Jie. The final battle in the Immortal World shocked the entire realm. Han Li's great 5 elements annihilation fist struck Xuanyuan Jie's earth element high wall. The terrifying spiritual energy fluctuations destroyed more than 90% of the sects within a radius of tens of thousands of miles. Seeing that a head-on fight would not determine the winner, Han Li activated the law of time. He allowed the power of the great Dao to crazily devour Xuanyuan Jie's earth origin. For the first time, this Dao Ancestor showed a look of fear the moment he struggled with all his strength to break free, before he could even catch his breath. Jintong suddenly transformed into a giant beast form and swallowed him whole in one bite. Thus, Dao Ancestor of the Earth Dao perished. Jintong finally avenged her past defeat. By this time, Jintong was no longer Han Li's spirit pet, but an immortal powerhouse standing side by side with him. She became an existence that even Dao Ancestors dared not provoke.